it was Wednesday. Yes, we in here. We in here. Oh my goodness. We in here. What a week it was Wednesday, and it's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a week. I'm doing my due diligence and everything like that. I'm checking my list, checking it twice just to see who's been naughty, who's been nice. Yeah, we trying to make it do what it do. I'm trying to make sure folks can pull up and everything like that because I don't see me. There we go. The Kamoyo King. Now tell him in here that make me feel good. That means it's showing up and everything. Yes, we are in here. Like I said, we got a great show tonight. We are in here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. I done had my cup of coffee. I'm crunk. I'm ready. We ready. We ready to go. We got two. That's the crew. Ain't no need in waiting. We gonna make it do what it's gonna do. Yeah. Man, it's been a busy week. Oh man, this been a busy week. Shout out to the Rock With Me Nation. Shout out to the Black Panther fan group. Shout out to my brother D-Real. Shout out to Gray, super producer and everything. Not tell him and everything like that. Yeah, this is gonna be a great show. This is gonna be a great show. I'm gonna go ahead and step out on a limb. If you got access to Twitter, go ahead and tag Bo DeMaio. Go ahead and at Bo DeMaio on this one and everything like that. Yeah. We go because he is part of the show. He is. We're gonna talk about it and everything like that. Yeah, we're gonna get into it and everything like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's topics. As I stated, Bo DeMaio is one of them, his comments in regards to Marvel. So we're gonna definitely get into that. Definitely get into that and everything like that. What else we got on topic? What else we got scheduled for tonight? Let's see. Find my reading glasses here. The world to come. So you know what? I read quite a few comments. The world to come, upcoming Black Panther title in June and everything like that. Christopher Priest is supposed to be penning said story. And we know the solicit says, what's going on, Afro? What's going on? We know the solicit says what it says. That's what the solicit says. And I'm gonna go on there and everything. But so many, quite a few of us have said we want it. It could be a fake out. Why? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Also, like I said, Bo DeMaio on Blade. Wish we could have got this sooner. But it ain't like it. If you've been rocking with the Rock With Me Nation, you're not necessarily surprised by what Bo said. If you've been rocking with the Rock With Me Nation, my brother D-Real, no. That all Bo did was just confirm it. That's all that is. We're gonna talk about it though. Anthony Mackie as Nino Brown. Yeah. We'll come back, spin the block on that and everything like that, because I don't think folks understood what I meant when I said it. Reading comprehension. Reading comprehension. That's something. What else we got going on? Let's see here. Make sure, because I'm tired of screening. If he wouldn't be as good, if he wouldn't be a good Nino Brown, why so many folks, if so many folks don't believe he would make a good Nino Brown, then why do some of those same folks think he makes a good Sam Wilson? Yeah, we're going to get into that and everything like that. Comics this week. That's me being petty. We're going to talk about it. View discussions. Storm 7. The Fallout. Jesus Christ. Absolute Green Lantern. Jon Stewart is sitting right. No, man. Static. Shadows of Dakota. Anyway, Blackest Night 3. We're going to talk about the tie-ins that you probably think that ain't worth collecting, that you need to get into. That said, though, pull on up and everything like that. Bring what you're drinking, bring what you're smoking. It's Wednesday night. We ain't just got paid, not yet. It's Wednesday. It's what a week it was Wednesday. It's hump day. And believe it or not, Stuff does happen between Wednesdays. Yes, stuff does happen between Wednesdays. What's the first thing we want to take? New Gray. This Gray fault. And Gray be safe on the road. It's Gray fault. Gray hit me up and we talked about it. We talked about it ad nauseum. I think I've done too many lives to it, so I'm not going to spend any length of time talking about it tonight. But Storm 7. Here's what I'm going to say to us, and this is Kamoyo's fault to a degree. I understand how we feel as Black Panther fans. I do. I get it. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. I don't want you to think that I'm not. You're a Black Panther fan. I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Is that we gotta watch us being triggered. You never know what's being put out there just to get a response. Right. The best way I can say it is like this. Imagine, if you will, you're in a toxic relationship with somebody. Because that's what it is. They gonna say and do some stuff just to get a response out of you, to trigger you. You know that. You didn't been in them type of relationship. Hopefully just once. And for those who have never been in a toxic relationship, count your blessings. That said, you've been in a toxic relationship before. You know how I go. You know how I go. You know how I go. So we get this thing going on here. About a comic book. And we're told, because I don't know why we're doing it. We're told, because it used to be you could ask somebody a question and get an honest answer. I don't know what that is. Fake news. This is a different day and age that we live in. It really, really is. Folks say, hey, the writers, the editors at Marvel, they over there, blue sky. So I'm going on over to blue sky. CB Cebulski is over there on blue sky. He thinks we're looking forward to this comic book. The solicit says T'Challa is dead. It's in the future of the 616. I just want y'all to pick a future of the 616. Now, this future 616, is this T'Challa and Aurora, and she's in this one? Because we got a future 616 story from Christopher Priest, Black Panther Annual 1. We didn't like that one? We didn't like. Well, anyway, there are those of us who think it's a fake out. Why? Have you read a solicit yet that was a fake out? Or did you read the solicit hoping it was a fake out and it wasn't? Because I'm not understanding where we're going. No, he's dead. And everybody and their mama fighting over vibranium. He's dead. Now, what I'm not understanding is, one, what made the editor-in-chief think that was the way to go? Two, what made a returning Black Panther writer want to put his name, attach his name to such a story? Three, why we on social media talking about those of us that are Black Panther fans that want the character recast, why we sitting up here talking about we gonna buy that book? What for? If the editor, because if it's talking about making money and the editor know how you feel, the editor should be able to tell you right off the rip, oh no, you need to go get that. He in it. He ain't dead. Let's see here. We've been rocking with each other, but we've been rocking. Give me the writer that didn't lie to us. Dr. Eve Ewing ain't never lied. Cheryl Eden ain't lied about what she was doing. Brian Hill ain't lied about what he was doing. Marvin Ayudele ain't lied not one time about what he was doing. No. So why are we thinking that? No, they've all done what they've all done it. That even if I go all the way back to JR and that piece of trash story he was trying to tell, he didn't lie. He was trying to tell an espionage story. He just don't know how to do it. He didn't execute it well. But that was his intent. That was his intent. It tried to play like a spy espionage story. It didn't work because he had some other stuff going on. But we've been reading comics. Who didn't lie about what? We read the Avengers. Didn't they tell you everybody's role? The God, the symbol, the I forget, the most dangerous man. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. The way you send them a message that you don't give a damn, if you're going to say something on social media, say you're not buying it. Because right now, if the interest is to get T'Challa recast, we see this character taking, never mind. But in essence, they put it out there. They put it out there. I'm not crunk to buy that comic book. I'm not buying that comic book. Why? Because we got T'Challa at the house. I got Wakanda at the house. I'm so blessed. I got Wakanda trying to cope with, it's got to be a fake out. Yes. I don't know why we saying that. Like, it's got to be a fake out. That's the worst fake out in history. Like, give me the rationality behind that. Why would you, as a editor, say to a fan base that the comic book you're dropping, the character that the fan base is wrapped around, that character's dead? That don't get that fan base geek to go buy that damn book. It makes me wonder, who is this book aimed at? Who's the target audience of this book? Because the fan base from the movies don't know this book is out there. They don't know it's out there. There is no Black Panther special coming out on Disney Plus, Marvel Studios, to get folks to go. There's no MCU, there's no animation. There's not a damn thing to go get the person that's buying into this Black Panther trash to come from the movie theater over to the comic book. There's nothing there. So I've got to ask, who is this for? And do we really think it? Because I don't like being insulted. Do we really think that Christopher Priest being attached to it is enough? I know he getting paid, probably getting paid well, but did you pay him to get me to buy a book in which my character, is deleted in? You thought just because he's a Black writer, critically acclaimed Black Panther writer, you thought that was going to be enough? So let me see if I got this right. I'm CB Cebulski. I know the Black Panther fans want a Black Panther comic book. So I decide to give them a Black Panther comic book. And somewhere between me and the writer, the best idea we got for the fan base, Black Panther fan base, i.e. T'Challa fan base, is to give them a futuristic tale where the titular character is already deceased. What Wolverine book am I buying and Wolverine ain't in it? Or you telling me he already dead and I'm a Wolverine fan? Like, if I'm a Wolverine fan and I love me some Wolverine, what Wolverine book am I buying? Futuristic story about Wolverine, but it ain't about Wolverine. It's about, oh hell, Gray Market Lane. You just want to tell me a story about Gray Market Lane? I don't want that. You want to tell me the story about the Danger Room? I don't give two damns about that. You want to tell me a story about the Outback? If I'm a Wolverine fan, James Howlett, Logan, Weapon X, I don't give a damn about them stories if he ain't in it. I could literally do this all day. Because I'm trying to figure out, I ain't never talked to the brother, but I'm trying to figure out what makes a brother who is critically acclaimed. Like, you got folks bragging on your writing about this character. Why would you come back only to do a story in which the character is deceased? And if that's a fake out, that's the worst fake out in history. That's the worst damn fake out in history. Of course, the way the media is controlled today, those of us who give a damn about the black characters, we can't ask the editors. We can't really have a conversation with the writers. And the actors that play these characters on screen, black, don't give a damn. And then the black journalists that swear up and down, they comic book fans, they wet the damn bed every time they talk to them. You know what? Here's a good fake out. How about we act like we interested? Sarcastically, yeah, like, oh, I can't wait to read a Black Panther comic book with T'Challa dead in it. Damn, kind of remind me of the movie. How about we say, yeah, but we be lying, because that's what we think they doing. Except we be real about our lie. We lie and say we interested, but we not. Yeah, I'm sorry. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Not gonna spend too much time on that. I could. Let's go on. Oh, yes, Lord. Yeah, let's go ahead and get here right now. Shout out to Gray. Be safe on the road, big dog. Let's go ahead and get here right now. So I'm doing what I do, right? Black Panther fan group. No T'Challa, no dollar. Council of Wakanda. I'm working on comic book review. Hopefully y'all checked it out and everything like that. Blackest Night, issue 3. We're gonna talk about it. And Gray sends me something. Bo DeMaio. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and then I'm gonna transition on topics. What's going on? We got the Kamoyo King. Now tell him in the building what is going on. Afro Samurai is in the building. What's going on, Afro? Let's see. Trying to cope with OSK. I don't know what they got. It's not enough to read a Black Panther comic with no black. No, it ain't. No one is looking for this book at all. Grand Madam Tarot, my spiritual advisor's in the building. It just keeps getting worse and worse. I don't know. We may have to wait for Hickman's Imperium. May have to, Afro, may have to. So, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Gray, super producer. Send me some, Bo DeMaio. You know what, I'm gonna follow Bo. Go ahead and follow him button. LeBeau released a statement. He did. Blade is quite simple, although there's so much more going on than folks realize. And like I said, this is all still tip of the iceberg. This can be found on Twitter. That's why I'm reading it to y'all. In my opinion, Marvel Studios has unchecked racially problematic and sexist execs who did not protect their black talent or POVs. And in one case, outside of my own, fired a black female after a top crew lead threw their work across the room and shouted, "This is why I hate working with women." This was relayed to me by a black assistant who was scared Marvel took no action. It was relayed by me to an exec who has since been let go. On September 6, 2023, at a brewery off Alameda Boulevard near the studio, Along with me reporting black assistants being mocked and my own race and body being mocked by execs on the project, I also reported how I'd been told that leads were found to witness one female LP being repeatedly belittled and told to shut up by top crew leads in front of Marvel execs. No action taken. I reported notes, meetings with execs where I was called their Wesley Snipes, and jokes were made about my body instead of giving feedback on my work. I reported me and other black crew being told that leads needed to crack the whip to get better results. No action taken outside of Marvel's retaliation campaign against me. I asked Marvel to do better. They instead decided to start a fight and use racist, homophobic dog whistles to assassinate my character. It's a fight I intend to finish. As you should. As you should. I want to make sure that I'm mindful of what I'm getting ready to say. And I don't want anyone to think that I, including some of us, haven't been the target of racial oppression, racial stereotyping, racial harassment at a job. Bo, I went to office hours as a Marine. White sergeant major who couldn't be bothered to speak to me when I spoke to him in a hallway. A white master sergeant. A white gunnery sergeant who gave 2929 as proficiency conduct marks. You cannot give out 2929 nothing. That office hour still sits in my record book, my service record book. You might not be able to tell it. I'm pissed about that. Because the only reason why it sits in my service record book, because I, as a black man, stood up to white racial oppression in 1988. In the military, back then the Marine Corps was considered the rednecks' last stronghold. And I stood tall in the paint. Being called out my name by men older than me, well, I'd have whooped their ass if we were out on the street. I couldn't say a damn thing because I was in the Marine Corps. Except Corporal Butler requests permission to speak to the CO in private. And after it was all said and done, well, the CO told me what the lick read. And those racists got pissed, called me into the sergeant major's office and undressed me. And I don't mean literally. I mean to the point where my skin was boiling, where I could have whooped all four of their asses. And if I knew where they were buried right now, I'd spit on every last one of their graves. You're not the first one, you're just the next one. There are some of us who stood tall in the paint for you when we found out how they were treating you. And we didn't need to know the specifics. We just knew you were black. We didn't give two damns about your orientation. You could care less. We just knew that you were black. We knew you did an incredible job for them on X-Men 97. That Black Panther stuff, that was bullshit. That stuff with T'Challa was bullshit. That stuff with T'Chaka was bullshit. And I'm saying bullshit because I want you to understand where I'm going with this one. See, no time in the United States Marine Corps did I ever participate in my fellow brothers and sisters being effed over. Never. I know if they'll me over, then somebody else. No differently than we knew if they T'Challa, they'll every other character black, and they've done it. I'm going to support you because you're a black man. But as my ex once said, everybody play a part. Everybody play their part. See, the thing is, while you are a victim in this situation, you're also an assailant. See, silence is consent. Silence is consent. And yeah, you went to Marvel. You ain't come to us. Now you coming to us. And we gonna cover you and protect you like we supposed to. But you didn't do that for us. And when I say us, I'm talking about the black fans, because that's who you're talking to. You're talking to black fans. You're not talking to the executives, and you're not talking to your fellow black co-workers. You're talking to us. Well, when did you take us into consideration? Like you want us to do right now. I'm going to do it because it's the right thing to do. See, doing right is doing right regardless of who's looking. Doing right is doing right whether it benefits you or not. You failed us. Black imagery, black representation, black love, black loyalty. They were testing you. At no point in time should you have ever felt like Marvel was going to be loyal to you. Why? Let me do it like this. Because you're an intelligent brother, immensely talented. You check off 2 boxes. You're a black man and you gay. You just happen to be a black man that's gay who's immensely talented. But you check off 2 boxes. But now, if you're a comic book fan, right, and I'm thinking your favorite character is Cyclops, then you know how the X-Men treat black characters. Yeah, you're not oblivious to the fact that Aurora ain't ever been in a black relationship outside of T'Challa. You know that. You know that. You know there are no black babies running around. You know that. You know Bishop sits right there, but for whatever reason ain't even thinking about being in a relationship. You know that. Just like you knew damn good and well that T'Challa should have showed up in that episode. You know that, but you went along with it. Well, my guy, there's a saying out there. You give somebody an inch, they'll take a yard. You give them a rope, they want to be a cowboy. You compromised your beliefs. You compromised your morals. Because you didn't think it was ever going to come back to you. Why not? What made you think it wasn't going to come back to you at some point in time? You couldn't have put your hopes and dreams in Nate Moore because Nate Moore tried to give you a diverse movie. And you and I both know the diverse movie at Marvel Studios, it ain't got a damn thing to do with the Eternals. It's Alpha Flight. You know that though, don't you? See, yeah, we're gonna talk today. We're gonna talk. That's the diverse movie right there. In there, a gay character over there at Alpha Flight. You know that. But what did you say when they wanted to make Fastos gay? What did you say when they deleted Lamar Hoskins? What did you say when Sam Wilson is steadily getting clowned on screen because he don't have any superhuman abilities? My guy, it comes across as self-serving at this particular point in time. You should have done blew the whistle. But now, if I'm going to say that, I'm going to say this as well. You wouldn't be in this situation if we as a people did better. Theo, what do you mean? I mean, damn it, both shouldn't have to go work for Marvel Studio. None of them should. Where's our studio at? Where's our studio at for black talent? For black writers, black directors, black executives, black animators to go work, well, they ain't got to worry about being treated like that. Where is it at? And I don't want to hear nothing because it don't fall on me. It's way too many damn black millionaires, black billionaires. What we spending our money on? It damn sure ain't representation. It damn sure ain't imagery. It ain't love. It ain't loyalty. So what is it? Because there's no reason, I don't have one, why nobody black has a satellite flying in the damn sky. Too much money out there. Too much money. See, I can sit up here and say all day long, he should have handled his business. But as a people, there's no reason why we ain't handled our business, considering how long ago it was Bob Johnson established BET as a network. Don't make no damn sense. Why he couldn't go work for Tyler Perry's studio? Where's Oprah at in all this? Where's yeah, I could ask a whole bunch of damn questions. As I said before, we all play a part. We all play a part. Bo, I'm rooting for you. I absolutely am. You are immensely talented. We still need your workout program. We still need your workout program because you're doing it. And if I don't know if this means anything, my guy, I would have preferred to cast you. If Fastos had to be gay, you know who should have played Fastos? It should have been you. With Theo, why you say that? Because you look the part. Not dark skin. I'm not saying that. I'm saying physically speaking. If I had to have a gay man play Fastos, it should have been you. If Fastos had to be gay, it should have been you. Or a brother that's built like you. That's what I'm saying. I'm rocking with you, big dog. I'm rocking with you, but this is a lesson. And you're not the first one that had to learn it. You just the next one that had to learn it. Don't forget who you are. And if we not working together, don't believe the hype. That's what Full Force used to say. Don't believe the hype. That's all I'm telling you. Moving right along, I'm gonna keep up with these notes, and then we're gonna get on. We're gonna change subjects. Kamoyo's moving from bad energy to deliberately stupidity. Yes, Grand Madam, it is. Yes, it is. What's going on, Mr. Moloch? It's too late for lawsuits, so now it has to be taken to social media. That's the way it's looking. Speak on it. I'm just trying, man. Folks struggle to keep it 100. Yeah. Tyler Perry don't like other people writing for him. Pride before the fall. And I don't even know I would have to say that because I let other folks tell it. They be in the Bible and the church more than I do. And I'm like, y'all not paying attention to none of them damn lessons, huh? That's it. We been knew Blade was done. Like, I don't know why, folks. Bo, you might want to hit the subscribe, but Bo, we been knew Blade was done. We been knew Blade was done. Considering the if we can say you do magnificent work, Brian Hill does magnificent work as well. Brian Hill then did 2-story arcs. Not one, 2. They're easily screen adaptable. Yeah, I know damn good. We've been knowing. The Rock With Me Nation, we've been knowing they ain't want to do a damn thing with Blade. Because if they wanted to, they would have. Brian Hill gave it to him. It been done. You ain't got to tell us, big dog. We've been new. How did they do Lamar Hoskins? We knew. We see the comic book fans knew. The black comic book fans. We been new. It's the MCU fans that don't know, but now you kind of contributed to that. You kind of contributed to that. But we been new. How long James Rose been paralyzed from the waist down? 2016? It's 9 years, dude. What did Samuel L. Jackson say? How in the hell did he form the Avengers And he ain't never been to Wakanda. Bro, we been new. You might want to hit that subscribe button. We've been new. We've been through a flag on the plate. We been, you ain't telling us nothing. We ain't know. It's just, first, it's refreshing to hear it from you. Late, but still refreshing. And second, like I said, you just confirming what we already knew. You said behind the scenes, while it's probably worse, behind the scenes, I ain't got to be behind the scenes to tell you what's going on. I'm just sitting there like this. Yeah, it's yeah, we've been new. And Mahershala Ali, big dog, don't come back. But then again, I would tell all you black actors to stay away from over there. But y'all don't want to. No man. Y'all don't want to listen to us. So y'all get in where y'all fit in. Keeping the party rolling. Keep these notes. They don't even write with the comics in mind at all. How do these writers and showrunners not write with the fans in mind? Because they're listening to the lead executive over there who done told us repeatedly he didn't start reading comic books till in his late teens. Indiana Jones and Star Wars. I don't know why. Anthony Mackie is Nino Brown. Imagine the response. Lord Jesus, have mercy. Lord Jesus. So I asked the question. Now, this question is telling for quite a few reasons. I put a question over there on TikTok. I can do lives on TikTok now. So you're going to find your boy over there now doing lives on TikTok. Anyway, I asked the question. And if you've been effing with me like I've been effing with you, then you know why I asked it. I said, hear me out. Hear me out. Anthony Mackie as Nino Brown in a New Jack City remake. See how I said that? Hear me out. I didn't say he was playing. I didn't say a movie was coming out. I didn't say I wanted one. I said, hear me out. Anthony Mackie, I didn't even say, could he? Not will he, could he? Well, the overwhelming response is that Anthony Mackie could not play Nino Brown. That's the overwhelming response. He can't play Nino Brown. He cannot play it. He cannot be. Anthony Mackie is taller than Wesley Snipes. He's bigger than Wesley Snipes. But, and this ain't no right or wrong thing. I'm just telling you, the overwhelming response was he cannot be Nino Brown. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's telling. Had a guy over there get in his feelings because he misunderstood the first question, or he misunderstood the question. He thought I was talking about a remake. No. Could he play the role? He told on himself, Anthony Mackie does not possess the Harlem swag. No, Anthony Mackie does not possess the swag to play Nino Brown. Because Nino Brown is from Harlem. So is Sam Wilson. That's why I'm like, well, you saying he can't play it because he got swag, right? Okay, well, they both from Harlem. They both gang affiliated. Now, we can only look at Nino Brown and see how big Nino Brown was, right? But as we say, Sam's 6'2", 250. And as I was just researching today, then my brother Darryl and everything like that, he and those that are more familiar with Captain America as a character, Sam Wilson as a character, will be able to say more than me. But Sam was in quite a few issues in Captain America without wings. Yes, Sam was running rooftops like Steve in his green and orange uniform, Sam was putting hands on folks. Yeah, pop, 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 and had him a baddie. Yeah, she showed up in Captain America 4, but that's besides the point. Had him a baddie. He did. Sam was going to the clubs and everything like that. Sam ain't no L7 square. That's outdated as hell. But L7 is not square. When you put an L and a 7 together, that's not a square. That's not a rectangle. That's an effed up shape. I don't know what that is. But anyway. So Sam is him. But overwhelmingly, the actor that portrayed Sam Wilson, folks were telling me, letting it be known, this actor who they seen play Sam Wilson can't play Nino Brown. Why not? Nino looked good in the suit. He did. Had an earring. So am I thinking Anthony Mackie can't put on a suit and wear an earring? Or who? Okay. Nino cuss. Do I think Anthony Mackie can't curse? No, I believe he can curse. I do. He said, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. That's the line. Do I think Anthony Mackie can't deliver that line? No, I believe he can deliver that line. I believe he can. What about on the rooftop when he says he's looking at G Money, about to delete him, and he says, am I my brother's keeper? Got a little hat cocked to the side and everything like that. You can feel free to disagree. This ain't one of them things where you got to agree. I'm just telling you how I feel. With his little hat cocked to the side, and he blow G Money away and said, am I my brother? I believe I can see Anthony Mackie delivering that line, pulling the trigger. No differently than I can see, watch this, because somebody said keep recasting it. Shout out to those of y'all that's rocking with me on TikTok. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. To the brother that says keep recasting. I like Keke Palmer to take over Vanessa Williams' role. Now, am I saying I want a New Jack City recast? No. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to get us to do is do some critical thinking. That's all I'm trying to. And honestly, this ain't me hating on the actor. You see me saying he could play Nino Brown. What I'm trying to get us to look at is, because too many of us are just saying most of the folks that didn't like Captain America 4 was mad that it was a black character. No, that's not true. That's not true. Most of the folks that dislike Captain America 4 aren't racist. Do racists compile up that number? Yeah, it's racist. They make up that number, but that ain't the majority. Based on what folks was telling me on Twitter, it's quite a few, not Twitter, TikTok. It's quite a few don't even like Anthony Mackie as a actor. They to a degree like Kamoyo, think he's soft as drugstore cotton. So there you go, right there. That's a part of the demographic right there. You don't even like him as an actor. You don't think he's tough enough. But for those who do think he's tough enough to play Sam Wilson, but you think he's not tough enough to play Nino Brown, they both from Harlem. Sam's older brother was in a game. Nino ran a game. Sam Wilson brother got deleted. Run in with the police. Sam's familiar with that. Okay. Nino has run-ins with the police. They both from Harlem. Somebody just made a different decision. Easily could have went down the road as his older brother. But the person made a completely different damn decision. And that character, Sam Wilson, still lives in New York. Anthony Mackie is from Louisiana. Sam Wilson in the MCU, a la Anthony Mackie, is from Louisiana. But Sam Wilson in Marvel Comics, like Nino Brown, he from Harlem. And like Nino Brown, he ain't never left Harlem. Ain't the Adventures headquarters right there in New York? Sam right there in Harlem. So if you are saying he ain't smooth enough to be Nino Brown, he ain't smooth enough to be Sam Wilson. I say again, Sam Wilson was putting hands on folks for a lengthy period of time before he ever got him some damn wings. Buddy was running rooftops just like Steve. Yep, jumping over fire escapes and all that other good stuff. That what we were doing. That we were doing. But now let me ask this question, because I actually thought about this when maximum participation on this one. Y'all tell me. I like this right here. Okay, so folks feel like Anthony Mackie could play Captain America, Sam Wilson, but not play Nino Brown. All right. What about Wesley Snipes? What type of Sam could Wesley Snipes play Sam Wilson? That's what a week it was Wednesday. Please put your comments down in the comment section. Could Wesley Snipes play Sam Wilson? Now I just want you to think about what type of Sam Wilson you getting that ain't flying. Could Wesley Snipes in the orange and green uniform with Chris Evans? I see a lot of ass whooping going. Theo, no, Sam, if you know how Bucky be putting hands on folks, that's Sam. Except Sam ain't got no cybernetic arm. Yeah, Sam's supposed to be bop, 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 because you would get that with Wesley, right? You not saying Wesley Snipes can't be Sam Wilson. That ain't what you saying. Look, come on, yo. Wesley would give you Snap Wilson. Wesley would give you Snap Wilson, Sam Wilson. But you would believe that you wouldn't want to run up on that Sam Wilson, or would you? No, tell the truth. Wesley Snipes as Sam Wilson. You're not if you substitute Wesley Snipes in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Triple G says what he says, I'm gonna kill Captain America. You looking at that scene a whole lot differently, ain't you? You looking at a scene like, no, you finna get your ass whooped. Do you ever think in any scene with Wesley Snipes he could get boy or son? Because it's 2 movies now, Captain America movie. Brock Rumlow called Sam Wilson a boy. That is Ross Sundin. The actor was Anthony Mackie both times. I could be wrong, but I believe if you in a fight, you're a black person, and it's with somebody not black, and they call you boy, I just believe the ancestors come down and inhabit your spirit right then and there. If you a black man and you having an intense conversation with another man that ain't black, and he call you son, and then low key and then insult you, I could be wrong, but I see 400 years worth of ancestors inhabiting your body and stuff going left. Not one time. Not one time. Brock Rumlow called him boy. Went on by. If it wasn't for that building falling on him, and it ain't like when we saw Sam saw Brock Rumlow again, he wanted to run it back. Oh no, we chasing. We at the crossbones. That's Brock Rumlow. Oh, I got it, Steve. Sam, I got it. No. You and Natasha gonna handle your business. Me and him got to talk. What brother ain't doing that? What brother? Oh no, I got it. You good? No. You and Natasha go see about them. Where he at? Where he at? Over there. Okay, I got it. Sam, I don't need a damn thing. He gonna need something in a little bit. But no, I don't need no help. I don't need no backup. I don't need nothing. I just need about 5 minutes. I'm finna go pick him up. Sam ain't spinning the block about nothing. Talking about he got a name. Go ahead. You can pet it, touch it. No, go see about Brock Romulo. And you know that's how we get down. How many black men on this line right now? What man can son you? Telling you can't, and in the same breath that they son you, telling you ain't man enough to replace another man, and then calling you son. What man can son you and it ain't gonna go left? If Dwayne McDuffie is having conversations with Marvel executives at the comic book store, shop, studio, whatever you want to call it, in the 80s, saying, hey, you cannot call an adult black male Bucky. That ain't finna go right. Okay. Well, if Dwayne McDuffie knew it back then, who don't know it right now? And if you call yourself to be a black fan of comic books and everything like that, that's one of the most famous things Dwayne McDuffie did. Safe to say, Anthony Mackie don't know that. But the question remains, could Wesley Snipes play Sam Wilson? I think we know he can play Nino Brown. Could he play Sam Wilson? Now, if you telling me he could play Sam Wilson, but you telling me Anthony Mackie can't play Nino Brown, just think about what you're saying. Because contrary to popular belief, the underperformance of Captain America 4 was not due to the large majority of racists that bashed it. No, quite a few of us knew what the lick read. And that wasn't Captain America 4. That was the Incredible Hulk 2. Keep up with these notes and we're going to transition. You'd be surprised when and why those ancestors jump in. Yeah, grandma, they come in out of left field. What you say, come on, yo, Steve, on your left, snap. You got one more time to run. Yeah, that's how that would have went. What's going on? What's going on, Plant Poppy? Plant Poppy in the building. I can see it, but like a Demolition Man type flavor. Yeah, Snipes would give you Snap Wilson. Yeah. We say Miss Nino didn't need a loan. No, Nino did not need a loan at all. Nino made his money. But then again, Sam shouldn't have needed a loan. But then again, you got folks. See how that don't make no sense? It didn't make no sense. Who said something? And I'm not asking who said something on the YouTube channel because we know who said something. I did. My brother Dara did. But no, when that was being written that Sam couldn't get a loan, I had a black showrunner. I had a black leading executive. And Bo was sitting right there. Ain't nobody open their damn mouth. Nobody. Lamar Hoskins, even though we know he's still alive and well in the comics, even though we know he didn't whoop John's ass, even though we know he bigger than John, nobody at Marvel Studios that was black said a damn thing. No, what they did was, because we could say they were afraid, but because they were afraid, they allowed the imagery of their people to be effed up on the big screen and the small screen. See, we're not going to think about it like that. But in being silent, those black executives, those black showrunners, you got white folks that love to see black folks written some type of way, where they would get amongst themselves and say stuff like Lamar Hoskins wasn't anything more than John Walker's lapdog. Do you know whose fault that is? It's yours, Bo. It's Nate Moore's. It's that black showrunner. Give me a second. Somebody knocking at the door. Who is it? Apologize for that. Daughter had a visitor. But I want to spin the block. We say we all play a part, or at the very least, I say we all play a part. It ain't just Bo's fault. It ain't just those that worked at Marvel's fault. It's not. It's the fault of those of us that cover the MCU. Theo, what do you mean? We didn't throw any flags on the play. Once I get done with this live tonight on YouTube, I'm gonna go on to TikTok and I'm gonna do a live, and y'all follow me over there and everything like that. I'm gonna specifically talk about Gabriel Brown and Derek Luke. Why? Well, if I'm being honest, where's the black representation in the MCU? And how long has the MCU been a thing? Now, I ask those questions because there are those of us who have been covering the MCU 24/7. And when I say those of us, I mean those of us that are black. Well, there's nothing wrong with covering the MCU, not at all. But there's supposed to be some type of responsibility and accountability to your people. And when I sit back and I look at things right now, it's hard to get folks to understand what Derek Luke should have been doing in the first Captain America movie, because we're, by and large, me and my brother Daryl just getting here. But what about those in black media, black entertainment that knew Gabe's story then? They never said anything. They never said anything. What about with James Rose? First, because if we gonna raise hell about Aaron Pierre being cast as Jon Stewart, why wasn't there any hell raised when Terrence Howard was cast as James Rose? Because that's the same damn thing. Worse, if you take into consideration James Rose got an afro. When have we ever seen Terrence Howard with an afro? Then they gave us Don Cheadle. Well, where were the black people that were in media to say something that's not James Rose? Yeah, we played a part in that. Did we say anything about Fastos? Did we say anything about Sam Wilson? No, we didn't. No, we did not. We played our part, and we played our part pretty good. We did just enough to, how can I put it? We did just enough to cash in on Marvel content, but we were deficient in educating our people on what they should have been taking in from the MCU. And we still are. We still are. Even when we look at these interviews right now in regards to Ryan Coogler, you know what question nobody asked him? Why did you write Toussaint being born out of wedlock? That's a simple question that any self-respecting black person that's married with children should be able to ask. Hey, I just want to ask you something. Yeah, why did you make this decision? You ain't got to say you don't like Toussaint. You ain't got to say you like Toussaint. But if you're going to ask questions in regards to Black Panther, his creative choices, you're going to praise him. Ask him about that one. Why did we write their child being out of wedlock? Why was that the decision that you went with? We want to ask him stuff about Chadwick. We want to ask him stuff about T'Challa. Ask him that. Why did you write Toussaint being born out of wedlock when I look at your first movie, you literally have the titular character going off on his father for leaving his nephew behind in America? That's a fair question. Nobody does it. So we all play a part. We all play a part, and some of us are content to keep playing those parts. But they say when you know better, you do better. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I see y'all in here, y'all chatting and everything like that. We getting ready to shift gears. Have you considered the fact that Wesley Snipes is just a better actor than Anthony Mackie? All the time. But this ain't necessarily about the actors. This is about our response as fans. Like I said, going back to it, there's quite a few of us saying Captain America 4 underperformed because it was led by a black actor. That's not true. That's not true. Those folks that are saying that, they're making those statements because they don't know any better. And they're telling on themselves. So, and then with that, like, I said something the other day, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. I was talking about it last night. Until Anthony Mackie is in the ground, I can't say what he can't do. He's not in the ground. And if I think about what I've seen, what we've seen, because I ain't the only one to see it. Tom Hanks started off in Bosom Buddies. You not telling me that the dude, you couldn't have told me then that the dude that was in Bosom Buddies, cross-dressing, he was going to be where he at right now. You couldn't have told me that. I wouldn't have believed it. I'm like, that is another dude. And this is how you grow your career. I think more people need to be looking at, as actors and actresses, how to properly grow your career. Michael Keaton. This dude was a damn stand-up comedian. He did a movie called Mr. Mom. I'm sitting up there looking at it. Oh, we're going to be in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. Okay, well, Beetlejuice is a dark comedy. He should be able to do that. He's a comedian. They cast this damn dude as Batman. Bruce Wayne. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. That's Michael Keaton. Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton ain't 6'2". He ain't 2 nothing. What we made it work. We saw Denzel Washington say elsewhere, you better get your hands off me, nigga. When you start talking like that, and then Morgan Freeman was in the day, whoa, this the dude from the electric company. It underperformed because it was poorly written and produced and the lead. Yeah, all that. But you know what you saying, big bro? Let them tell it. Because that had nothing to do with it. Why would a prince be in Haiti living in? I don't know, big bro Kamoyo. I don't know. But yeah, so it's quite a few actors and actresses that have done that. When we first looked at Scarlett Johansson, wasn't nobody looking at Scarlett Johansson as no action hero. It wasn't doing that. You turn around and you look now, damn, Scott, she whooping ass. That is. So I don't, until he's in the ground, and I'm not looking for that to happen anytime soon. I don't want to say he can't do it. I'm just going to say I ain't seen him do it yet. But if I've seen other actors gradually grow their ability to play different characters on screen, he ain't never took the part. I ain't never seen him act like that. I don't. So that's just me. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but hey, it's on him. It's on him. I can't do it for him. Keeping the party rolling though. Because I did ask, could Wesley Snipes play Sam Wilson, and y'all answered that. Comics this week. Daryl gonna laugh at this one. For those of y'all that can't see what I'm holding up, it's a 0. Comics this week, none. No new comics this week. Cynthia, why you clapping that up? We, like my brother said, we pulling back our footprint. We, the Rock With Me Nation. Do you know that in the name it says Rock With Me Nation? We rock with those that rock with us. It's right there in the name. it's right there in the name. You ain't got to beat us upside the head. We not viable. We not viable. I can't get the King of Wakanda a comic book with him unless he dead in the comic book. Oh, it don't seem like you want me rocking with you then. That's what that sound like. It's like, it don't sound like you want me. Well, you know, we go where we celebrate it, appreciate it, not tolerate it. Shout out to Big Tony Kittles and everything like that. My brother Daryl just got his book in and everything like that. Titan, I see you, Big D. I see Big Tony. I see what's going on, big dog. Keep doing what you do. Tony Cottrell on Advent Comics. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Bro, it's right there in the name. I would think one group that you would kind of want to maintain a somewhat cordial relationship with would be the Rock With Me Nation. You rock with us, we rock with you. We ain't looking for you to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. We do too. We just looking for you to show us some love. Well, you ain't showing us no love. Well, I got Mr. Joseph Illich showed me some love over there, which Milestone Universe, Shadow Cabinet. Joseph Illich showed me some love. My brother Daryl, one half, right? Council of Wakanda and everything like that. Rock With Me Nation. Hey, Theo, you need to go get that icon action figure. We got that. Then we got Black Lightning and everything like that. And we got a Mr. Terrific solo series coming out and everything like that. So, you know, I'm going to be spending my money at and everything like that right there. And like I said, that whole non-Bible thing, it just hurt my feelings. Can we talk? Can we talk? Do you know how I feel as a person? Because I take it personal. When I look at somebody that I don't feel like look as good as I do, tell me I'm not viable, I be like, who is you talking to? if you telling me you don't see no value in me, why you see some value in you? Like, have you looked in the mirror lately? Like, what you think you got going on that's more gratifying, more desirable than what I got going on? Like, that hurt my feelings. I ain't gonna lie. that hurt my feelings. They tell me I ain't Bible. Tariffs whipping everyone ass. Listen, you just picked up bitter root, Mr. Moloch. Listen, enjoy that. Listen, that's why I'm glad we got our stuff already. Say tariffs. I did no. It ain't gonna be bothering me like that. I'm so glad. We got Wakanda at the house. We got Valorverse at the house. We got G.I. Joe at the house. We got Marvel at the house. I would say DC, but that's Daryl. Daryl got DC at the house. I think I got Cobra at the house. Keeping the party rolling though. Moving right along. Like I said, comics this week. Nothing. Almost like spending money with Geico. Saved a lot of money switching over to DC Comics. Anyway, view discussions. Oh man, view discussions. Where we at? We only been on here for an hour. That's cool. View discussions. I ain't gonna spend too much time talking about it because we've talked about it enough. I want to say that Storm 7 thing. That damn. I ain't know it was like that. I didn't know it was like that. I had no idea it was like that. But if you haven't read Storm 7, So I'm gonna tell you, you do what you want to do. I'm just the messenger. I'm in a drone. As I'm saying, I'm prefacing this so you understand. I'm observing this, the comic book, Storm, the series, via a remote controlled drone from up above. Why? Because I don't want any of the fallout, regardless. If it's good, the writer deserves it. I ain't trying to take away nothing from that. If folks don't like it, I just don't. I'm up there. I'm up there. And I ain't even up there. I'm at the house observing from afar. So we got Storm 7. Nobody asked why Maggot was in the comic book. Because he was in it. Nobody asked why Reed was in the comic book. Because he was in it. Folks got offended from a variety of places about T'Challa being in it and about Tony being in it. Nobody said anything else about the other male characters that appear in this comic book. It was them too. And folks got upset about her being leveled up because she put hands on 4 gods. That's what she did. She put hands on 4 gods. And folks, you know what, Darryl, you are absolutely right. We need to back away from Twitter because that place over there crazy. I read the comments. Some comments were respectful, even though some of them disagreed. More than enough for disrespectful, though. More than enough. Golly. So, I'm going to still be following the series. I told y'all that. I'll still be following the series, still be bringing it to y'all and everything like that. That I gave Mr. I gave my word, and I'm going to be fair in my criticisms and everything like that. So I just, jeez, just cautionary tale. You do something, and you got a following on social media. You did. I know some people have said it was his fault. I can't. If I wanted to fault him for anything, it would be knowledge. And the reason why I say knowledge is because I believe if you possess the knowledge and you move differently, that's one thing. But if you don't possess the knowledge and you move the way you would move because you don't possess the knowledge, I low-key believe. And then there's this whole thing about somebody setting you up for failure because you're coming from a different culture. America is a different culture than other countries. Every country has their own culture. Folks not really letting folks know differently than, as Kamoyo said, the brother that was over Captain America 4, he ain't from here. I'm going to say this, and I hope it lands the way I intend for it to land. When I visit Africa, I'm not going over there with my mindset from America. And I'm not going to try and force my American beliefs on any place I visit in Africa. The only thing I can do, and you heard me say this more than once, even to the writer, the only thing I can do in Africa is learn. I can't tell no African nothing about Africa. Nothing. I can't say what it should do, what it shouldn't do. Know why? Because I ain't from there. What you say, big bro? Twitter is a chaotic, crazy, evil place, but good for promotion. Yeah, that's about it. Mr. Mola, I haven't been on Twitter in a while. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Yes. And yes, to your question, yes. Folks got mad. Folks got mad for quite a few reasons and everything like that. I sit back and I'm good with the conversation that was had in regards to issue 3. Some animosity still sits there from issue 3. I only had a problem with a portion of issue 3. And I'm able to move forward past that. Like I'm okay, all right. And I don't think, by and large, to a degree, to my brother Daryl's point, every comic you read, every issue, you don't like every comic book, every issue. That ain't what that is. A writer, if they writing long enough, gonna do something, gonna piss you off. Your hope is that, by and large, the pros outweigh the cons. That's what that is. Moving right along, though, because I don't want to belabor the point on that. Green Lantern. My brother Daryl and I talked about this on Friday night. Absolute Green Lantern issue 1. Solid issue. We get the Green Lanterns there. We get Hal. We get Joe Mulligan, the sister. We get John Stewart. We get mention of Guy Gardner and everything like that. Solid issue all the way across the board. I liked it. Absolute Universe. They're doing big things over there in the Absolute Universe. I think the only concern that I would have is no differently than quite a few of us have had. What was wrong with John Stewart? No. What was wrong? And I don't want to belabor the point. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but we've been looking at media, news, right? We've seen these things where we get in Christmas flyers and we don't have the black family in the Christmas flyer. The mother might be there with the children. You got everybody else with a family, whole nuclear family. You got the white couple, the white family. You got the Asian family. You got the gay family. Everybody got a family except for the black people. You get an interracial couple. I don't know I don't know why we can't. Like what I would love to ask writers, what is it? What's the reluctancy with pairing up black couples? I want to, like, we act like that's like, if you do it, it's almost like they acting like their life expectancy is 7 days. Like The Ring, like soon as you write a black couple into existence, you put a black couple together, you gonna mess around and get deleted as a writer in about 7 days. Is that what that is? John sitting right there. You got John and Joe sitting at the table right there. Hal and Carol in a relationship. Arthur and Dinah in a relationship. Well, why John can't be? Why Joe can't be? Like, boy, look here. Anyway, that was the thing that I was looking at. Overall, a solid story, but I don't know why. Like, why not? Why not? Why not? Moving right along. Static. Shadows of Dakota, issue 7. Grand Madam, I think that story got with you a little bit. They're even mad that Storm is on the center of the Gala books. Yeah, they're gonna be all right. Sci-fi thriller feel on Absolute Green. Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is, big bro. I'm checking for it though. I am. Static. Shadows of Dakota, issue 7. I want to tell you it's the final issue of a series, but I do have the annual to bring to y'all as well in regards to that, which has Anansi in the story. But we got Static, Shadows of Dakota, issue 7. You get Eben, right? That was like, if you got to tell that story, and I'm looking at the story like with Theo, what did you like about that story you wouldn't necessarily find appealing in a Ryan Coogler story, because there was Black Death. There was Black Death. In that story, it was Quincy. We had the Bang babies and everything like that. But I don't know. The Nicholas Draper Ivy did an amazing job. There was a point to the story. There was a point to the story, and Eben, I don't think I've ever seen Eben and Virgil link up like that and everything like that, but he did the thing where they got the telekinetic link. I would like to see that revisited. But Nicholas Draper Ivy did a great job in pulling on the emotional heartstrings. So I guess if I had to say anything, it wasn't death for death's sake, if I want to say that. And if I did a comparison, Quincy's death was more impactful than Queen Mother Ramunda's. Both fictional characters. His death served the purpose, whereas hers didn't, at least in my own personal opinion. We got to see the very realistic emotions from the parents, from Virgil himself. I just overall like the story. If I'm looking at Icon versus Hardware, looking at Static, Shadows of Dakota, and then what Mr. Illich just gave us in Shadow Cabinet, DC need to come back with ongoing monthly titles. And if I'm looking at them and I'm comparing them even more so, DC needs ongoing monthly milestone titles no differently than Wakanda needs monthly ongoing titles. The reason I say that is because in both places, the milestone universe, which is essentially Dakota, Wakanda, there's more than one hero there. Those stories aren't being told unless we're telling them sporadically. Thus, we're not getting any consistent character growth. Last night, I was watching the Absolute Power line. Shout out to Comics Explained and everything like that. Once again, my heart goes out to the passing of the brother that worked there and everything like that. But when you look at Richard Grayson, now I understand that character's been around for a minute, but there has been consistent, committed character growth with Richard Grayson in ways we don't get it with our characters. Now, mind you, Jefferson Pierce, we've seen Jefferson Pierce grow as a character in ways we ain't seen T'Challa. Even Jon Stewart, we've seen Jon Stewart grow as a character in way, and T'Challa predates both of them. DC is more committed to growing their characters. I wouldn't be a bit, their POC characters, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we get some major character development with Michael Holt doing his solo series. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. You keep up with these notes, where we at? It inspires us to be together, and that's not the plan of the system to keep us down. You kind of got a point. You kind of got a point. And I would even go so far as to say it as this. Why my kids want to read it if you ain't doing nothing with the characters? What's the incentive for a black child to read a superhero comic book at this particular point in time? Unlike when we were kids. What's the incentive for the black child to read a comic book now? And I'm finna do it like this one. So I really should have got my child the very first issue of Captain America that came out this year with Sam Wilson. Is that what I should have got for my black son, black daughter? Were they picking in the fields? Is that what I should have got? Do I tell my son, my black daughter, that Tom Brevoort doesn't see any viability in the characters that look like them? Is that what we doing? Because, it might hit a little bit differently when we talking about the kids, right? Well, why should my child want to read any comic book right now? And no, I'm not gonna sit up here and have the next generation of black children worshiping white heroes. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. I got it at the house. We got too much going on between, and I'm saying this because I want folks to understand, when you know you got power between myself, Daryl, and Kamoyo, Cedric. Oh no. We will not have the next generation of black children worshiping heroes that don't look like them. We won't do that. We won't do that. And if you think it's a game, you on this channel right now, you need to know right now, Kamoyo done already started the Black Panther fan group as a YouTube channel. So you can go search for that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We ain't doing that at all. You kiss the baby with that one. Moving right along though, so like I said, deep series issues 1 through 7. I would say go get the trade paperback. Static Shadows of Dakota. If you haven't already got that trade paperback, go ahead and get that. Blackest Night issue 3. I hope you're enjoying the series that I'm covering on Blackest Night issue 3, the Blackest Night in DC comic books history. We got some more deletions in that series, so we got some more Black Lanterns and everything like that. What I really want to touch on is my brother Daryl said a while ago, we don't necessarily do the tie-ins like we used to. And if I remember correctly, what Ernie was talking about, Blurred Without Fear, doing this X-Manhunt crossover event, there were some tie-ins you could have just did without. I'll go so far back as even the Blood Hunt tie-in. Those were some of the tie-ins that Union Jack tie-in. The Hunters and Strange Academy. But Blackest Night, though, I'm currently covering that. And what I want to do was take the time to let you know that there are some tie-ins that you might want to familiarize yourself with. To me, Blackest Night, as well as the Sinestro Corps War, are must-haves. If you are a Green Lantern fan, must-have. So here's what we're looking at. The Green Lantern tie-in. There's quite a few comics, right? They tie in. They tie in. I'm telling you, they tie in. Secret Six, one comic book, it ties in. Doom Patrol, one, it ties in. The Teen Titans, two of them, ties in. Y'all like Theo? Yes, they did a lot. They did a lot. Booster Gold. You see who that is? That's Ted Cord. So you know it ties in. The Outsiders. Yeah. Batman's old group. Yeah. It ties in. They even had a Rebels comic book back in the day. It ties in. I got my other Secret Six. Doom Patrol. Yeah. It ties in. We got quite a few issues of the Titans. Blackest Night. It ties in. Maxwell Lord makes a comeback. You remember Diana snapped his neck, right? It ties in. You got some Superman titles here. Guess what? They tie in. JSA. I'm still traumatized from the JSA Blackest Night story. I'm still traumatized. It ties in. Yeah, Barry Allen, who plays a key part in this series. Just to let you know, Barry becomes a Blue Lantern. in Blackest Night. Yes, they tie in. They tie in. What else we got around here? Because I'm trying to let you know, it's a lot of tie-ins. Back in the day, tie-ins actually used to mean something. Flash ties in. Guess what? You know how we talk about that dude that's got all that daggone plot armor? His plot armor ties in. And his plot armor don't get no better than this right here. The ultimate Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, plot armor story. After Darkseid deleted the dude, he came back. Ain't never seen them Omega Beam do that before. Tale of the Core. Tie in. So Theo, what you saying? Get you some trade paperbacks. Phantom Stranger, Adam and Hawkman, Shazam, Suicide Squad, Weird Western Tales, Starman, Catwoman. Go. The only comic I've given to my younger black family members are Miles, a paper trade back for Static, and the Intergalactic Empire Wakanda, thinking about introducing them to Bitterroot. Listen, you can't go wrong with Bitterroot. You can't go wrong with Bitterroot. I ain't even finna hold you. You can't go wrong with that. Whether you start them off with what we just got, or you gonna go back in time to some other Bitterroot stories, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I ain't finna tell you. I'm not finna tell you that you're wrong. No, Bitterroot was nice. Bitterroot was nice, and low key I feel like Theo, don't do that. I don't think I'm the only one that feel like low key we finna get Bitterroot in Sinners. I don't think I'm the only one that feel that way. Where we at though? Where we at? So, well, an hour 32. Yeah, that's good. We out. Unless y'all got some questions for me and everything like that. What a week it was Wednesday. You know, we ain't got to overcook the grits. We ain't got to do that at all. We sure don't. We sure don't. We can get on up out of here. Y'all probably got some other stuff to do and everything like that. So, if y'all don't have anything else for me, we can go ahead and peace on out, right? Enjoy the rest of our evening. This has been a blast. You could have been anywhere else. Thank you so much for pulling up. You didn't have to. I definitely appreciate it. That's what I said. I appreciate it. Make sure you got your notifications on. I don't know. I'm probably going, let me see. Probably gonna take the rest of the evening off and everything like that. I'm still debating going over there. If you think I should go over there on TikTok and drop some knowledge, give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. Other than that, thank y'all so much for pulling up and everything. If there's nothing else, we are out. Make sure you hit the like. Appreciate it. Good looking. Other than that, make sure you got your notifications on. We'll be coming back to you with some more comic book inspired content with a sociological spin to it. Well, I ain't got to spin it. Sometimes it is what it is. That said, we out. And remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Until next time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and soul. We out.